Hey everyone, I'm Brad Nelson.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And you're watching the Versus Series on StarCityGames.com. All right, so today we're going to be playing one of the fringe matchups of the format, in my opinion. Two decks that are right there. They're played, they're good, but they're not played by a ton of the masses. So it's one of those that if you're playing one of these decks, you need to be prepared for, but the likelihood of the matchup coming together isn't
you'll play it once, maybe twice in a big tournament.
Yeah.
But if you don't play it, you wouldn't be that surprised.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we are right now.
And
this deck was a lot more popular a couple weeks ago, or about a month ago. At least the Black Splash version.
Well, the Black Splash version, the decks we're talking about are Blue Eye Control that I'm playing that has dropped off the map a little bit, mostly due to it having some more difficult matchups in the format. The Scarab God, Blue-Black mid-range decks can pose issues after sideboard, as well as Turbo Fog is a tough deck to fight because you actually need to add win conditions to your deck. You can't beat them with just Teferi. You can't actually win the game if your win condition was decking them. So you have to add some win conditions to your deck.
Their Teferi decking goes over the top of yours because they have Nexus of Fate to exile all your lands.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, actually.
That sounds miserable.
Oh yeah. Anyone at the Pro Tour that ran into that, ooh.
It is both wild and miserable.
Yeah, and but the green decks used to splash black because Scrappy Scrounger is the best card in Standard, and it crewed Heart, and it seemed right. Duress was fine, but ever since there's been this evolution in Standard where there's been Turbo Fog matchups, even the control decks, splashing for blue is just more powerful. There's even the new card that I like. I forgot its name. I wish I remembered it, but it's from M19 where it can turn any creature into any creature. It's colorless blue enchantment.
I remember that card.
It's a way to fight Rekindling Phoenix. You just turn a Rekindling Phoenix into anything on the board that's the worst card on the board. So you don't deal with
nice Llanowar Elves.
Yeah, it's one of the most problematic cards in the matchup, which is it's pretty cute. But the big thing is counterspells against Turbo Fog. Turbo Fog has been evolving to play Settle the Wreckage to beat Insult to Injury, which is a card that green decks don't want to play against ever. But also you need to have interaction for these cards. But the good thing about green is it hits hard. So one fog, if you counter the one fog, it might just be game over.
Yeah.
And so...
we got some big uns.
Yeah, so the deck is pretty good. We're going to take it for a crack here against Blue Eye Control. The match is going to take a while, though, so let's just get into it. Okay, you can't lose to this 2 times in a row. Wow, barely.
Work smart, not hard.
Yeah, that is...
Okay, here we are. I get to be on the play, finally. 4th time's the charm. And I have a reasonable opening curve here. We'll see what we do with these elephants.
This isn't the greatest hand out of blue-white, but I'm going to take it.
I will make Und Jacob.
Still, to this day, I do not understand the flavor of that card.
Well, subtlety is a necessary part of sabotage. Why that is on an elephant?
It's not even subtle. It's like, this is going to be played soon. All right, your turn.
Cast.
Results.
Trigger on the stack. Crew. So I get an energy. Or no,
you do.
Yeah, I get an energy. Attack for 4.
Yeah, 16.
Pass.
Go.
Crew.
Sure. Forsake.
It's a jerk move.
Does it work?
Yes.
All right.
Little do you know, I baited you into tapping out so I could cast the best card in my deck.
Yeah, I mean, you would have just jammed something big in so you could have attacked. All right, go.
Okay, so this is the turn that these decks usually like to cast some sort of card draw spell. So it's a turn I like to cast a threat, even if it gets countered. So, Gearhulk.
Unless you pay 2.
Attack for 4.
12.
Pass the turn.
Go. I like my chances.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Attack for 4 again. What you got now, buddy?
Take it.
Yeah,
8.
that's what I thought. You're at 8 now.
I probably shouldn't have taken it.
Aship Oasis, go.
Okay, I'll cast Seal Away. Come seal away, come seal away, come seal away. Your turn.
I get a different song stuck in my head when I think of that card. But it's a song that only I know.
Because you wrote it?
No. It's just not a common song. Attack for 1.
7.
Got him. Pass.
Pass.
Yeah.
All right, seal away. Ooh, it's a fairy. Ah. Go.
Now we got him. Now he's tapped out. Go.
Go. Fine.
Go.
Actually, no, I'm going to scatter it. I don't.
Resolves.
Draw. Untap, your turn. Negate.
Go.
Draw. Draw. Go.
Untap on end step.
You
Got him
it.
now.
You got it.
So sloppy, Brad. Now I can play memory.
Oh no.
Game's over.
What's going to happen?
Oh,
Draw.
we need another black die.
Tap 2 lands. Untap them. Your turn.
Memory.
Gearhulk negate.
Blossoming Defense, my memory.
All right, let's go.
I had a Galta in my hand. I am very dead. So, on my side, pretty clear what we're bringing in. The 5 counter spells are very good. 3 Planeswalkers against a control deck. And then Brontodon is good specifically against blue-white because they have so much enchantment-based removal. We're cutting Galta since it's basically impossible to cast unless I extend super far into a sweeper or Brad does nothing, neither of which seems appealing. Start of the Conduit as the weakest of the 2 mana creatures. You generally cut some mana creatures in the control matchups. The games are going to go long. You're probably not going to be able to just bowl them over, especially after sideboard. Harvester, one of the weaker threats in the deck in the control matchup as well. And then we have one other card I needed to cut, and I went through a bunch of options and eventually landed on trimming a Gearhulk. This is another card that is good when you have a very wide board, which tends to not happen. And it's also an additional 5-drop, which is less needed when I'm bringing in the 3 5-mana Planeswalkers. And I don't want too many really expensive threats, even though they're more powerful in the control matchup, because I want to be able to leave up the counter magic. So I'll cut 1 5-drop and not raise my curve by too much.
Yeah. So what I'm doing over here is, I mean, I don't know if this is correct, but I'm really attacking the way that I think blue-green is going, or green/blue is going to attack me. So one thing I'm doing is taking out Syncopates on the draw because usually you're going to go threat plus counterspell, which is bad for Syncopate in both ways. It forces me to tap all the way out to counter it, but then you have the chance of getting right back in with the counterspell. Also, when in a deck that can accelerate and play threats that are giant, even if they're cheap, this card is not going to be that great. Forsake also has an issue with being pretty expensive, only hitting Heart of Karen. So I'm upgrading that into Aether Meltdowns and Spyglasses, which can still deal with Heart of Karens, as well as Planeswalkers that might sneak through. They might get 1 activation, but then I can play that, hold up counter magic. They can also hit Brontodons if I have really good cards underneath a bunch of enchantments. So that's why that's happening. And I'm bringing Negate in Lyra's. Lyra being something that can just come down and race, hold the fort.
Yeah, just dominate the game.
Well, the problem is the old ways that these decks were built, they didn't have Gear Hulks. So Gear Hulk can be somewhat scary, but Galtas are coming out. And I'm bringing in Negates because there's going to be just key turns where I need to settle and have Negate back up. Whereas, or Lyra and Protect from a way to answer it.
Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying.
Exactly, yeah. You need these Spyglasses and Negates to help with that. So we're going to be taking out some of our slower cards. Teferi, Search for a Scanta, Commit. These are just cards that are slow. They're for different types of games where I'm not going to be trying to take over the game completely and win with Search for a Scanta because there are just ways that I can just take over the game with just one Teferi I draw later in the game and just win anyway. I don't need additional ways.
Yeah, you're not playing against a Vrasis Contempt deck, so you don't need as many ways to take over in the long game. You need more ways to survive into the long game.
Yeah, and that's the switches that I made.
We are here for game number 2. I'm on the play. I've taken a mulligan to 6, and I have a hand that needs a little bit of help, but if it gets that help, it should be pretty good.
Yeah, same here. I mean,
Scry.
I have to react to you all over and over and over again, so.
That one is not going to help our hand, so we can bottom it.
Keep in mind.
Botanical Sanctum.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No Llanowar Elf?
Nope, I'm not very lucky. Heart of Kirin, though.
Yep. Go. I like the development of this game.
So.
Okay, Soul.
There are 2 factors that I have to balance here. One is applying the most pressure to Brad, and the other is which of my possible plays here I am most comfortable losing to an Essence Scatter.
What's my life total? Is it 20? Yeah, you're not doing a good job at that first one.
It's turn 3.
Sit. I'm just saying. And you're going to lose both to an Essence Scatter.
Both what?
I don't know. 2 creatures.
That seems difficult, given the text on Essence Scatter. I am going to play Erroneous.
Essence Scatter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still worth just dealing with things. If something sneaks through, then all of a sudden it's a house of cards.
I will go to 19 for Steel Champion.
2 cards?
2 cards.
Disallow.
Pass the turn.
All right. I will play a Spyglass. Oh, okay. So, interesting. I guess we'll name Heart of Kirin.
That is a bad sign for me.
And your turn.
There was no way. Well, I guess if he names Heart of Kirin and I just Bronted on the Spyglass, then I can't crew the hearts.
Yeah, if I name Bronton on, you still just attack me for 4.
Yeah.
Scatter. You have an elf? That is unfair. Your turn.
Attack you for 1.
Am I still at 20?
Yeah.
I guess you're going to start chipping away at
19.
Yeah.
I'll play a bonus.
Disallow.
Go.
Go. Maybe that was a mistake. I shouldn't have disallowed.
Attack for 1.
Yeah, 18.
Pass.
Seal away. Lyra, the Dawnbringer. Your turn.
Go.
Oh, yeah.
14 to 23.
Your turn. Resolves.
Get an energy.
Okay. Resolves.
Get an energy.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So earlier, you said, no, I'm paraphrasing. You said, which creature I want to get Essence Scatter, and I said my Essence Scatter will counter 2 creatures, and you're like, that's difficult given the text on the card.
Yeah.
You remember? Okay. Essence scatter it. Just wanted to like bring that back up.
Go.
About the possibility.
4 to 28.
Your turn. His facial expressions are just, they're priceless.
You knew about this one,
Yep, I do.
but I've also got this one,
Yep.
this one,
Yep.
and that one.
Great.
Good sideboard cards.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Okay.
All right, so as you can tell, all 3 games have not been concluded. The reason is many technical errors. We tried to record the 3rd game multiple times, and for different reasons, ours, playing the games, and the
Some technical issues.
technical issues, they just kept getting botched, and we gave up. We could continue to try to get this game done, but at this point, we're off it. We're ready to go to the next match, which is much more exciting tomorrow.
I will say that in one of the games that got botched, I was definitely going to win. So I'm taking the win. I'm taking the 1. Put it up there.
That's fine. That's fine. Give him the 1. Give him the 1. He can have
the
it.
1.
He should have it. Another game was he should have also won, but then hilarity ensued and
Events transpired.
We could have thrown it up, but it was not watchable. It was unwatchable. It was so awkward and weird and confusing, and we were not doing a good job. So don't tell Cedric. But we have maybe not in actual gameplay time for this video, but in time spent in the room, it was a sunken cost.
A lot. There's a very specific window in which we need to get these videos recorded. They got some other stuff to do. Where
No, we can't give the whole 4th wall.
Yeah.
Let's not go all Abed on this.
You're not getting this game.
Yeah.
Sorry. We're going to move on.
Yeah.
The next match is going to be super interesting.
I think it is.
Blue-black mid-range against Bant Nexus.
Yeah.
2 of the premier decks in Standard.
Definitely.
And will be 2 of the most popular decks this weekend in Richmond, so you better be prepared for them.
Yep.
And, yeah, come back for that one.
Yeah, join us tomorrow for that one. But we will see you tomorrow with 3 games. We will get them recorded. All right, bye.